Hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the second race recap of the 2023 season. If it's your first time on the channel, I'm Daniel. I drive a Dirt Sport Compact. It's my first season, so I'm still trying to figure everything out. But if you stick around, maybe we can figure it all out together, you know? Moving on from that, though, let's hop straight into our first race, our heat race from just this past weekend. Alright, so to start things off, we did start our heat race in 4th position. Wanted to make up some ground so we could start a little higher in our feature race. First thing was trying to get past the 27 cars you can see here, the blue car. Just really trying to get it by him in the first few laps to be able to catch the 16 car. Really wanted to get a top 3 to secure a decent starting position for our feature race. Here by the end of lap 1, I'm kind of right on the tail of the 27 car, and I'm going to actually be able to make the pass heading into turn 1 around in lap 2. After getting past that 27 car, my goal was to get past the 16. You can see they're a little all over the place, so I was really just trying to play it smart, try not to wreck the car, try to make up some ground, and hopefully try to pass her, but unfortunately was not really able to. There were a few times I almost made it stick, as you can see, but I really just couldn't get any moves to stick. Really didn't want to end up throwing our heat race away, or our chance at the feature race away, just because I wanted an extra spot in the heat race. So, yeah, really not much else happened during our heat race. It was a pretty short race. I believe it was 8 laps. So, you know, we tried to make up some positions, made up a few, and we were really just trying to catch that 16 car, but weren't able to in the end. Almost had her on the last lap here, but in the end, didn't get around her, didn't get the move stuck. Wasn't a big deal. Gave us the number 3 starting position for the heat race, so that would give us the inside the second row, which is right about where I wanted to be. Okay, so here we are to start our heat race, or our feature race, I mean. Sorry about that. We're starting the inside second row, like I was saying. We got a decent start, could have been a little bit better. That 15 car did get a little high around us, but we were just trying to get it through and just keep the car straight, try not to get past, and try to make up some ground on the front runners. Really tried to keep the car on the track. There were a few big ruts at this point in the night. Almost everybody else had gone, so we were just trying to avoid those, not destroy our car like a few people ended up doing. And yeah, tried to keep it out of the ruts, keep it straight, keep it on the track. And as you can see, first caution came out pretty early, just a few laps in. There was some contact and some issues to deal with. That gave us the starting spot on the outside of the second row for our first restart. These were Delaware restarts, so there was first position, and then behind them we were all stacked up again, just like our first race. You can see here I was able to pretty much clear the 16 car by the time we got to turn 1. And then I was just kind of chasing the 10 car, trying to get by him, so we could try to, you know, pass him and take that win from him, or take the first position from him, I mean. I started getting closer and closer to him. Seemed like he was all over the track. Seemed like his car really wasn't set up well, but I was just trying to keep it on the track, keep it behind him. Here I did start getting a little more aggressive, tried to make a little thing work on the bottom as he scrubs up pretty bad, coming out of 2. But I was just kind of following him through here, trying to keep up my speed, trying to keep my line, because he was hopping all over the track. But here we get a really good run on him coming out of 4. Could have tried to make a move there, but wasn't worth it. Didn't want to wreck the car. So he slid up really bad into corner 2. So and then here we just send it right down the inside of him. And it looks like we almost made contact, but his car rolled over almost, and he just grabbed a rut and went up into the wall, went up into the entryway. We were able to take that first position away, and that would give us pole for our next restart. once we're back into green flag racing here, I try to get the best jump I can manage out from the rest of the field and just try to hold on to that first position. The track was very rutted at this point. Was not a great track to race on. Well, not a great track to race on, but it was a battle that I was fighting with the track and with the car itself, and much less everybody else behind me. But I was really just trying to get as much out of the car and the track as I could at the time. This was our longest green flag run of the race, so it was really just me trying to get out in front and trying to make a lead, keep it, and hold it there. Um, I was really just trying to stay out front. That was the main goal here. As you can see here, we're still part of that big long green flag run, but you can see I'm really bouncing around the track and I'm really hitting those ruts when I'm not trying to in the exit of 4, because I was just trying to squeeze as much time as I could out of the car, out of the track. Really was trying not to hit the rut, but at the same time, I really wanted to be able to fly out to the wall um, and gain some more speed going into 1, because I was really liking how our lap was feeling, cutting right down into the bottom of 1 at a little more steep of an angle as we have been so far in the season. But through 3 and 4, it was through the bottom and then cutting up, and there I go airborne in the front. That was a little bit of a wild ride, and it was a little bit scary because, one of your tires isn't on the ground, and especially the front tires, when you're turning left, it's kind of important, especially that front left, which is, I believe, the one that went airborne. But yeah, we were just hopping around the track, hopping, skipping, jumping, all that fun stuff. But we were keeping our lap times up. We were extending our lead over the rest of the field. Um, by this point, we had a pretty decent sized lead from what I've heard and seen on the other videos. I'll include some of that here. But we were really just making the most out of getting that first position and taking it on the restart. Right here, we're getting ready to go green again for the fourth time in this race so far. Um, there were more cautions than I was hoping there would be, honestly, especially after we were keeping our lap times up and having a pretty good, decent lead on the field. But we were really just trying to stay out in front and trying to make it work, even though, obviously the stoppages aren't ideal, the restarts aren't ideal because we don't want those people getting as close to us as they were. But we still made it work. Tried to jump out in front of the field like we do on these Delaware starts, and really just tried to gain as much ground as we could off of the rest of the field again, because obviously we want to be up front, we want to be first, we want to stay there once we get there too. So I was really putting together some decent laps and was really happy with how the car was feeling and how I was driving the track. It's coming across pretty well on video of how bumpy the track really was at this point in the race. Um, but it was just bumping and jumping all around the track. And right here you can see our race finally ended, and our third race of the season finished just as good as our second race. And we took it, we ran with it, we fought for the position, we got it, and we took our second win of the season, winning back to back races after not even finishing our first race and coming dead last. So, yeah, that's our second race recap of the season. On our third race of the season, the 2023 season. Um, Overall, these races have exceeded my personal expectations, our personal expectations as a group, I guess. For the first season of racing that I've ever done, that we've even tried to do, to win 2 of our 3 races on the season so far and win them back to back, it feels great. It feels so amazing to have 2 trophies sitting back here now, right behind me. It's really cool to see, uh, you know, that all the work we've put in and all the dedication and everything is really paying off for us. Um, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support on our first race recap video. And really, thank you guys for tuning in and watching this one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think I can do better. If there's anything that you guys personally want to see more of, if you want to see more raw in-car footage with less editing, if you want to see me not talking over it and everything, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to post it. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. We're winners twice in a row, baby. Let's go for 3.